Hi guys. If you've never met me before and you just gave this to this GoFundMe out of the kindness of your heart, my name is Helen Aylesbury. I am the founder of this campaign alongside my sister Carolyn and my friend Caitlin Demerlis, who really helped me start this and to advocate for my host mom, Maribel, from when I was in the Peace Corps. I wanted to update you all since it has been a couple of weeks, particularly because I did use the remaining funds that were left over after I paid her bond to help Sulma, and I wanted to update you on how both of these women are doing. So Maribel, as you saw in my last post, I believe, she is safely here in the U.S. She's living in New Jersey with her boyfriend. I don't want to tell you exactly where, just because you never know. This is the internet, and I don't want to sort of give people information that might be able to allow them to harm her further. She's in the asylum process. I'm working with a pro bono counsel. Thank you to everyone who offered legal help or who knew of a lawyer who gave me information. So I'm working with a pro bono organization to help her advocate for herself and to start the asylum process. It is a very long process. Even from today, it should take about 2 to 3 years for her to apply for asylum. It involves a lot of court dates, letters and investigations, and a lot of work to get asylum that then needs to be renewed after a period of time as well. Zulma, her last remaining daughter, also crossed the border recently, a couple months ago, and she has been detained outside of Austin, Texas for a couple weeks now, in a slightly better facility than her mother was in. Maribel told me that she she didn't even see the sun for weeks at a time. Where Zulma it seems to be a little bit better. She gets to go outside. There's a commissary to buy things. So it's a slightly better facility. However, she still is in detention. A couple weeks ago, she found out that she failed her credible fear interview. And for those of you who don't know about the process of how to apply for asylum or what immigrants go through, it's an insanely crazy process, and I'm convinced no one really knows how it goes, but the credible fear interview is one of the first steps in the process after you cross the border. It's an interview with the U.S. government where you have to explain, and basically it's exactly what it sounds like, show that you have credible fear for your life. What's important about this interview is you have to prove that you are that you have fear for your life or being prosecuted because you fall into a specific social group, whether it be for your religion, your political affiliation, or there's a bunch of different social groups essentially that you have to identify with. So that's the key. And she failed, I think, because she didn't fit into any of those categories. I don't fully understand because her sister was murdered by MS-13, and her home is riddled with bullets. The home that I lived with her for 2.5 years, and she's afraid for her life, and I'm terrified for her as well. But she failed. I reached out to the pro bono council to help get her representation for a review. And I feel a little bit upset with myself for not getting her a lawyer for that interview, which I wasn't aware that I could do. I thought I knew this process because I went through it with Maribel, and she didn't have a lawyer for her interview. So perhaps this would have turned out a little bit differently, but she has, unfortunately, that pro bono council would not take her case because they didn't feel that they had enough resources, and her case was a little bit difficult because she failed her interview. So I used the remaining funds left over after I had paid Maribel's bail, a couple $1,000s, to hire a lawyer to represent her for the review that she has in the next couple weeks in front of a judge to look over her interview and hopefully find a path forward in her case. But if I'm totally honest with you all, I don't think this story has a happy ending. I don't think either one of these women will be allowed to stay here, especially considering the proclamation or the changes that Jeff Sessions made yesterday, which essentially says that the U.S. government will no longer grant asylum to those who are victims of gang violence or domestic abuse. So, as much as I would love to say that this story ends with both of them living happily in New Jersey, I don't think it will. I'm going to keep fighting at each step, getting as many lawyers as I can. Unfortunately, the most that I can do at this moment is really make phone calls and find lawyers and write letters. It's essentially, I'm powerless at this moment. I can just sort of watch it happen. And I think we have to reach the point where we vote the people who do these things out of office. And I don't think that will make a difference for Maribel and Sulma. And they have a slim chance, but it's very clear that this is a very uphill battle for both of them. And I want to share their story with you so that you know the type of women they are. And I want to share this story with you so that you can feel more connected to these individuals. Because even if you don't know me, many of you have never met Maribel or Sulma, several of you have never met me, I know that you have read stories and watched the news and seen so many people turned away at our borders, and just this process failed them, even though they are literally afraid for their life and running for their life. I cannot go back to El Salvador. I am afraid to go back there, and I am terrified for Sulma and for Maribel, who will not let her daughter live in El Salvador alone. She'll go back if Sulma doesn't make it in. So I want you to feel connected to this. I am going to keep updating you as things progress, and I hope I have good news. I really do. But if I'm completely honest, I don't think this story has a happy ending. I don't think it ends well. I think it's going to end in tears. And worst case scenario, more death. And I wish I could say different. I wish I had great news for you guys right now. I wish I could be making this video with Maribel and Sulma. But I can't. So, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to every single one of you who donated money. You made it possible for me to hire this lawyer. That is more than I can express. Not only did you help me pay Maribel's bail, but you helped me pay for a lawyer and give Sulma at least a little bit of a chance. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe the scales will tip in her favor. I don't know. But thank you. Thank you to anyone who has supported me mentally and emotionally in any capacity over the past couple months, because this just seems like such a awful story, and I can't seem to make it come out all right. So I want to say thank you, and please keep your eyes peeled for more updates. If there's ways that you can help, I will definitely let you know. I know a lot of you have expressed interest in helping in any way with legal advice or what have you, so I will definitely let you know. And for any of you who are in Austin, Texas, the possibility may come where we'll need somebody to help pick Sulma up and drive her to the airport. I was hoping that's what this video would have been, but it's as it is. So please just send good vibes Sulma's way. Please. So thank you.